Morning, everyone. We're back with another episode of Jaywalking. This one, we're just gonna. They always end up turning into me just rambling anyway. But I appreciate everyone that stuck around. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Got to do my shilling to try and get more people to do some interaction, but regardless, I appreciate anyone that's really watched. So we've got excuse me, we've got Asheville 10K this weekend. I'll be doing it with my wife. It's going to be her first 10K. So I'm gonna stay pace with her, and like we do almost every race, make sure that I finish with her. We kind of do the cute couple thing and hold hands as we cross the finish line, and they take your picture and everything. So we'll be doing that. And then next weekend I have Around the Crown, which is the Charlotte 10K, and I'm excited for that. It's one of the coolest races that I've done since I've started. I've done a number of different races at this point. Now I know there's going to be people that have been doing it for years that got me beat, but regardless, this past year, well, actually, since April of 2021 up until now, I've done, this will either be 23 or 24 races, mixture of 5Ks, 10Ks. I've done a 15K and a half marathon. I have another half marathon scheduled for October 22nd. That one I'm really looking forward to. I've been really getting into training. Speaking of which, we're already 5 miles in this morning. The watch wanted me to rest, but the watch has been telling me to rest for the past few days, and I believe that's partly due to my body battery not getting fully recharged from what the watch says. But basically what happened was Friday I went wall climbing for the first time, any kind of climbing for the first time for me. When I was a kid, I was never able to climb fences or anything like that, but that's because I was overweight since I was like 8. And I have pictures. I have a picture of it with me and my younger brother. It may even have been earlier than that. It may have been like 6 or 7, and I was overweight, and not by a little bit either. I was a chunky little kid. But I've never been able to climb anything. So a really good friend of mine, I'd actually say probably one of my best friends, took me Friday. His name's Josiah. Took me Friday to go climb, and when you do, they give you an orientation, because it was our first time going to this place. It's called Inner Peaks in South End. Really cool. The staff was pretty nice, but that was a lot of fun. But anyway, the opening is they give you like an orientation, and part of the orientation is them showing you how the equipment works, but then they ask you to do like a practice climb, only up to a certain point. It's only like 10 feet, and the whole point of it is they want you to learn how the belay system works. And basically what that is, because I didn't know what it was called either until I did it Friday. What that is they have like an automated system that instead of having another person anchor you or you clipping into the wall. It's like an automatic feature that's hooked to the ceiling, and if you fall or you push yourself off, the rope slowly lowers you down. It like doesn't catch you, so it like snaps, you know what I mean, your body weight, but it like kind of cushions your fall a little bit and then lowers you down. And I was hooked to that, and I got not very high. I was like 6 or 7 feet, and my left hand slipped, and I had myself anchored with my right arm, and instead of just letting go, I had the brilliant idea of let me hold on, and when I did, I like the momentum kind of had my body swing like a pendulum, and my right side just boom right into the wall, and like the footholds that stick out and the little pegs, one of those like got me right in the side, and it was like right under my ribs where like your abdominals and your ribs meet. And when I clipped it, it like pushed in, and it hurt. So right now I'm kind of recovering from that. I can't even explain, like it almost feels kind of like when I pulled a muscle there before, but it's just overall bruising and it hurts like hell. What was the point of that? I don't even know. That was me rambling again. But I've been dealing with that the past week. My body battery. I've been dealing with that the past almost week. So my body battery on my watch isn't getting fully charged, and it keeps telling me to take a rest day, and I'm not, because when I do my weightlifting sessions, like yesterday for instance, I'll do a few miles in the morning. Typically I do 5 to 6 miles every morning regardless, and then my night routine is what I'll change. So I'll either lift weights or I'll go and do more running or walk, like a long walk. But typically by the end of my not weightlifting days, I'll have anywhere from like 33 to 37k steps in the day, and like 15 or 16 miles total traveled. And that's legit, not just I'm petting my dog, so now I got 2,000 more steps. That's like legit movement. And the days that I lift weights, like yesterday, I think I had, I want to say 26 or 27,000 steps, which is still a lot, but I don't want to burn myself out too much so I can't lift at the gym. And I can tell there's a big difference between the days that like I do too much running and then try and lift weights. If I do that, it just doesn't work because I don't have the energy to do it. Now I'm not like, falling over dead and like, oh God, I'm, so exhausted, but I just don't have the added energy to go and lift weights for an hour. But days like yesterday where I pull back a little bit, do less overall running, and less just walking and movement in general, I can do a decent amount of like weightlifting at night. So that's been my typical routine, and my body battery, no matter what I've done this past week, it's just been telling me to rest, and I just don't want to. I like to train, and I'm not like, my knees and hips and all that, they're not barking at me to not do anything. I would feel like I'm just wasting a day if I took 3 rest days in a row. Now I have been implementing a rest day here and there because I'm trying to do this a little smarter. A year ago, I did the whole like no rest days, and I think I was at like 390 days straight of going to the gym and lifting weights, sometimes 2 times a day. And I kind of realized that if anything, I was not progressing at all. I was like overworking my body and not giving it a chance to recover. And since I changed that routine and been doing every other day with proper recovery, I've seen the biggest strength changes that I've had since I started. Doing what I'm doing right now, also since I've been going back to the gym, I always do a post-workout picture because I know that some people will be like, oh God, you're that guy in the gym who takes pictures. I don't care what anyone says about that. Neither should you, because you should document your progress. And who cares what they think? This is your journey, Who gives a shit what someone else has to say about it? You really shouldn't care, honestly. Now, if you're being, a huge douche about it, that's different. But if you're taking a couple of pictures and you're like trying to pose some, there's nothing wrong with that. I've never been a fan of people that criticize someone for doing that. You don't know their journey. You don't know where they're at in life. So just shut up. Mind your own business. Why are you so worried about it? What is them taking a picture of themselves doing to hurt you? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I noticed last night when I was taking my pictures that I've put all the muscle that I had kind of lost. It wasn't like a ton, but I wasn't lifting weights for a while because I was so focused on running, and that's all I would do every day is just run. That my arms, like my muscles in my arms, definitely, I don't know what the right word is, but like deflated some. They weren't as big as they were, a year ago. And I wanted to get that back. And last night, finally, I think I've gotten to the point where I got that back. And man, does it feel good. Because now, not only do I have that, not only do I have the arms back, but my chest is starting to get in better shape. I can run faster. Just overall, doing better with the whole thing. And the rest days here and there definitely help. Now, when I do a rest day, typically, though, it's like high active. So I may do a rest day on the weekend, but I'll still go with my wife on an 8 to 10 mile hike. So I'm not totally resting. I'm not just laying in bed with my legs up. Yeah. Hopefully, though, when Around the Crown comes, and since I've been focused on getting training for that I'll shatter my old record from last year. I think the course is a little different, so I don't know 100% on what to expect, but I got good vibes, and pretty sure that I'm going to be able to crush it. But we're going to get in, get cleaned up, get the day done, go to Asheville tomorrow, and do my race. So until the next one, peace. Appreciate y'all following. And again, hit the like if you like it. Follow me on Instagram at One Man 1 Year 150. Catch me on Strava at Jason Gardner. Hashtag One Man 1 Year 150. Till the next one. Deuces.